In recent times, ESG has become a hot topic among investors. So what is ESG, and why are we hearing so much about it now? ESG stands for Environmental, Social and Governance. When used in relation to companies and investing, ESG refers to a company's ethical and sustainability strategy and credibility. It's also known as responsible investing, where environmental, corporate governance and ethical risks and opportunities are considered, alongside financial performance. There are many challenges facing investors, and ESG is one of the big ones. It's been around for decades, but more recently obvious climate change impacts, such as fires and floods, and a focus on the rights of workers in manufacturing in different parts of the world have put much more attention on ESG. Let's now go into each factor of ESG in more detail, starting with the E, environmental. Not harming the environment is well understood by most investors. Reducing carbon emissions into the atmosphere is the bedrock of an environmental strategy, but it goes beyond that. Water pollution is a major problem, where waste is emitted into streams, rivers, and the ocean. The protection of biodiverse ecosystems and preventing deforestation is another example of the E in ESG. The S part, social, is gaining prominence among investment managers. That's been helped by the introduction of the Modern Slavery Act in Australia, which is designed to stamp out the exploitation of workers, meaning companies now think more about where and who they get products from and how they're produced. And a big S going forward, reflecting climate change, is a just transition for the workers and communities associated with the shift to a sustainable economy. This focuses on how society supports workers that are significantly impacted by the transition. The G, or governance part of ESG, is very important and probably the factor that investment managers have considered most. A lack of governance may be considered a red flag for many managers. It's things like share ownership structures, board structures, and who has control, and the level of executive pay. More recently, data and privacy issues have been a focus. An organisation's culture is another important G. Poor culture may be an indicator of a governance issue within a company. The rule of thumb for investors: if you don't have good G, you aren't going to have good E and S.